Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're just going to be calling out Xbox a bit over here, where I feel like we keep on seeing the biggest slap in the faces that, well, developers have to deal with. Now, as I'm sure you guys probably know, when it comes to gaming, when it comes to new releases and all of that, well, the people who make this stuff are the developers, the people that are working hard the game, marketing the game, and all of that. And while there is like a sense of, funding, say from companies like Xbox or PlayStation, typically the people who are making the games and working hard the games and have the passion in the games, or even come with the ideas and concepts and they go and pitch the games to these big studios, those are the people that are putting all the hard work to make these big companies such as Xbox a lot of money. Now, don't get me wrong, I know this is like a very normal, insane thing. Like, I'm not stupid, it's just a business, and it's kind of like a win-win for these sides. But right now we're seeing Xbox who did something really horrible as of today, and it makes me pretty sad to go and see. So we're gonna go talk about this throughout the video, so subscribe if you guys are new and follow the Twitter and Twitch down below. We're probably live up on Twitch right this second, and well, give me your thoughts, because Sea of Thieves right now, as you guys probably know, has been in the news quite a bit these past few months, where there is rumors on it coming to PlayStation, there's going to be like maybe to the Switch, and overall expanding up the Xbox ecosystem. Sea of Thieves has been one of the more beloved games where, although it's not like the most AAA game, it's still a little bit on the indie side, but it has a really nice committed community. A lot of people up on Twitch or even on YouTube love making content on it, and the game's also been a little bit of a baby for Xbox, where it's like just a unique, fun gaming multiplayer experience, and it always seems like Xbox is the console you want to go to, or at least that's what they're trying to portray, as well the console that you play with your friends. You have fun, you get Game Pass, you all get to play the games at the same time, or whatever it might be. And this is why it's a little bit on the insulting side, because as of right this second over here, sorry about that, you guys didn't see nothing, Sea of Thieves co-developer lays off handful of employees over here, where they're saying that this situation is heartbreaking and my heart is also broken for all of these lovely Xbox devs. Now, let me go and break this down in my thoughts. As I just mentioned, Sea of Thieves has been a somewhat integral part of Xbox. They've been promoting the game a lot. It's been a lot of these different types of like press shows or upcoming games or even Game Pass promotions. And as well, this is also one of the very first games they're kind of testing the waters, no pun intended, but also partially pun intended, of them trying to go and see if these games will sell well on other various platforms. Because this game over here will be shown up on both PlayStation and the Switch. Now, I think the Switch one's almost more important because all these kind of big games are, these weird Xbox grouping of games that are going to be going to other consoles. They didn't really include the Switch. Now, this is going to be the one big game that they're pushing on. I believe Hi-Fi Rush was not included to be a Switch game, most likely due to like technical limitations, because the game is a somewhat intensive game. Now, I'm sure they could have, if they downscale the resolution and maybe kind of tone down the coloring and the graphics and all that, sure. But right now, this is going to be the first, I think, big game that's kind of approaching a true multi-platform game that is also a true multi-platform, multiplayer experience. And that's why I'm trying to go and stress on how much this is a big game out there, and why it's also an absolute massive heartbreak that Sea of Thieves developers are now having to be laying off their employees. Now, once again, this is kind of just the state of the gaming community. We've seen EA, massive layoffs, Sony, massive layoffs, Xbox, massive layoffs. And this is technically an Xbox division, so it would make sense if Microsoft is kind of trimming the fat, so to speak, for a lot of these game companies. Now, this is also, though, as I mentioned, worse. Because right now, this is a game that's almost like a really big media cycle, big focus, where even I myself have made a lot of videos on the Sea of Thieves, where I want them to strive. I want this game to do well, and I want this game to sell really good on both PlayStation and the Switch, so Xbox has that nice little nudge for them to go and start bringing these games onto other separate platforms, because that is how we truly go and evolve as consumers and have a better gaming market. Because if we're all sitting over here being sad how we don't have a lot of games to go and play, because everything's either on Xbox or everything's on PlayStation or everything's on the Switch, and we need that one person to open up the door and take a step in to allow all these other games to kind of thrive. And this is going to be the first game out there where we're seeing as a true multi-platform game. And this is why it's sad, because right now, seeing that a lot of these people who have worked hard on these games these past few years, and is also in this middle of this huge kind of transformation of the gaming sphere, are now being laid off. Saying it's another difficult week for the video game industry in 2024, and now the UK indie developer Reticle Forge has announced it's laying off a handful of people. It's reported 6 employees to be exact. Now, don't get me wrong, 6 employees is not like the craziest, biggest, oh my god, like this is the biggest news out there, when places like Xbox or PlayStation have laid off like hundreds, if not thousands of people. But I just want to go and make like this stand of how much this timing sucks, how much this kind of breaks my heart, because once again, this is a big game right now. It may not seem like a big game, but with the amount of leaks, media attention, like I said, YouTube videos, it goes to show that people are very cautiously optimistic on the future of games and the future of gaming as a whole, where people want to see this multi-platform game come out. And they're saying that they're gone. Like, they're saying that the people who worked hard to make this even happen and stabilize servers, stabilize the game, add new content, bring this to other platforms, are now being laid off essentially as soon as it's all been done. And this is what breaks my heart. The same team which worked alongside Flix Interactive and Rare on the free update of Sea of Thieves: A Pirate's Life is experiencing a minor restructuring according to Game Industry Biz, and the official statement on social media noted how these changes would not affect the delivery of the existing projects, but admitted it was heartbreaking for everyone involved. Now, I do want to say 6 people. I don't want to say that those 6 people don't matter, but it is kind of very small and like a drop of the bucket of the whole gaming sphere. But I do think just the timing of the game, what they've worked on, and people getting laid up before they even had a chance to fully, like, celebrate with the team about what was launched. Like, that's a lot of stuff in the back of your mind that makes me sad, because I want to sit there and I want to enjoy the product I make. I want to sit there and enjoy the fact that I made this, and I want to see people enjoying it on PlayStation or Switch or Xbox because I worked hard on it. So it just stinks. Saying Radical Forge said we have announced some restructuring at Radical Forge to continue operating in the current challenging market. This will mean that there will be a handful of people whose roles or skill sets are no longer needed on current or upcoming projects, and their contracts will end earlier than anticipated. These actions will not affect any delivery of the existing projects, which also once again sucks because they didn't have a chance to fully live out their contract that they were in. So hopefully they have a chance to have a nice like severance or pay out the rest of the contract, maybe, but at the same time, with how the gaming industry has been, we don't fully know. The situation is heartbreaking for all those involved. We're a very close-knit company and proud of the people-focused culture we have created. We'll do everything we can to ease the situation of anyone affected and help them find alternative roles. But once again, it just stinks because, like, they're working alongside with them. This is not, like, no, not the main, like, #1 developer unit of it, but it just stinks because they don't have a chance to enjoy this, and it's also kind of just bad PR on the whole Sea of Thieves side, too, as well. It's just sad. It's just really sad to see because you want people to enjoy the time they spent on the games. They want to have a chance to go and be proud of having their name in the titles and the credits for games itself as a whole. So it stinks. They've been helping things like Gang Beast, which has done phenomenally well. I've not seen so much on Zombie Army and their own IP called Bright Paw. Never heard of that one, but hopefully it'll launch up really good. And this once again is on top of all the other big layoffs, including PlayStation cutting 900 employees, EA letting go to 5% of its workforce, and Embracer Group also undergoing all the restructuring. So it's just really sad to see. I'm a little bit disappointed on Xbox as a whole. It's not one-to-one their problem. A little bit disappointed on, well, just Sea of Thieves as a whole, and my heart goes out to all these developers that they have to deal with this. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. Give me your thoughts and comments down below. We're probably live up on Twitch right this second, so swing on by, say hello, drop a follow. We have the Twitter too as well if you guys want to, and of course the Weeble, all the Amazon links, and I appreciate y'all for watching here in the first place.